Oh, that was me. I was scrolling. I got big nails, bro. I'm pimping out here.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the first official episode of King's Court. By official, I mean the beginning of the season, the inaugural season, 2018-19 NBA season. Time to get this paper. And you know I brought two of my favorite cappers with me, of course, Mr. Ski.
What's going on, y'all? Good to be here. Ready for the NBA season to kick off. Finally here. Let's get it.
No doubt. And also my man Wham OG.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. It's the season, bro. It's ready, man. It's ready to go, man. I'm feeling fresh, man. I'm over here feeling fly. I feel like I'm about to go out there and ball today. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It's like Christmas for us. This is what we live for right here. This is why I started sports betting.
Exactly. I'm watching the games. These are the only games I watch. So, as a child, so these are the ones I'm way more used to.
Exactly. Well, I pull up my the chat real quick, man. Y'all have any quick news bits you want to touch on just real fast before we move on to these two games we got?
Oh, I know I was looking at the chat. I'll say hello to everybody. What's going on? Comic Ricky, KG, Vegas Gun, Dave LA, Vitalis in here. The first comment, Vitalis. Thank you everybody for joining.
Yeah, I see Bill Butler, my guy. Appreciate you showing in. KG. GG, what's good with y'all, man? What we got?
Hey, so the main news today, or not main news, but I know for the Sixers, they starting Fultz now. Mm-hmm. What y'all think about that?
I mean, you guys already know when we did our Atlantic breakdown, I'm pretty high on Fultz this year. I think he's going to do better, man. I mean, a lot of the things I've been hearing, he's going to do better. I actually started him in one of my little flyers. They give you a free flyer on FanDuel. I put him in one of my lineups. So I'm pretty high on him, bro. You know, I think he's going to do pretty good this year. I don't think he's going to help them win today, but I think he's going to do pretty good this year, though.
Yeah. I'm going to cut you off, Ski. Me personally, I knew about this news probably about doing preseason. They said he was going to start and JJ was going to the bench, and I asked JJ how he felt about it, and he was pretty cool with it. You know what I mean? He's a veteran. He knows that he came on that team. He resigned with that team because he knows he's trying to build these young characters up. So he was already ready to embrace that role. Like he wouldn't have came back to Philadelphia in the first place. But that does say, though, I did hear news about him playing. The first unit is going to be way different from the second unit in the second half of it. I kind of came in on the end of that earlier with getting my son from school. But what I was hearing is he's not going to – I don't know if he start the first half or he's going to lead a whole second half unit. So it was something – I got to get it again. But it doesn't matter to me now. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. Folks, he needs to learn how to work on his shot. I don't trust his shot right now. So him starting, I see him maybe starting right now, but JJ probably taking over if they get into a nice close race or you know what I mean, something like that, certain games. I don't see him playing every game, but opener is dope.
Yeah, I hear you. I agree on that. I think JJ was a big part of their starting unit having success last year. I mean, they were pretty efficient when he was on the floor. And now you're taking him out of the starting lineup. So it's just a lot of question marks for Philly tonight. We'll see how things pan out.
We're talking about JJ, right?
Right. JJ.
Yeah,
right.
I think I just read it here on Roto is that Fultz is going to be employed in the first half, and then the second half, JJ is going to start. So basically, I think they're going to do a trial run, which sounds like they're going to see how it looks in the first half. And from their point, and then they'll make adjustments, I think, from there on, who's going to finish out the game, probably type of deal.
Okay. So you got the whole rundown on it. Yeah, I walked in when they was talking about it. I really catch it correctly.
Yeah, I just read it right now. Just read it right now.
Yeah, but I see Jim talking about JJ can't guard. No, you're right. JJ can't guard, but what he can do is get you buckets. He can get you and ones. He can get you what folks I think right now can't really get on ball vision wise, court vision wise. You know what I mean? JJ comes with a different court vision than what Fultz has right now. But that's being a young kid right now in the NBA, still trying to find his way. It's the beginning of the season, and he'll learn all that with time. You know what I mean? With time comes everything. You know what I mean? The more you practice on something, the more you do something, you get better at it. So that's all it's gonna do. More time he get out there, the more he play, the more he put in positions where he has to overachieve and be that guy. He'll learn that.
Yeah, and I don't know how this is gonna go with Fultz in the starting lineup, but like I said, I guess we'll see. I'm big on JJ in there. I think the Sixers last year we saw in the playoffs they need shooting, and if you're just putting somebody in who can't shoot as good, I don't think it's gonna work well.
No doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt. Before we actually start breaking down this Boston 76ers game, two quick questions I want to ask you guys about. Booker, expected to play tomorrow. Any thoughts on Booker or what we see from Booker tomorrow?
Well, I know they'll have some kind of minutes restriction. What do you think, Wham? You think he's going to play about how many minutes?
Yeah, I think he'd probably be like a 23-minute mark, maybe. Because I mean, this is basketball. We all played basketball before. I mean, it's just playing basketball, and it's really about how you feel after basketball. Is what their minute restrictions is implying for anyway. So I think he could put 23 minutes up, or maybe even 22, something around there. 20 minutes, something around there. But I mean, you know, who knows, bro? I mean, he could go off and be hot, and they put him out there for 28. You know.
Yeah, true. That's kind of what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? We know we was talking about what Hayward being on restriction tonight before we came online. But with Booker case, that's two different injuries in my eyes. And the Booker come out firing, and they just got Jamal Crawford and Ariza over there. And then if Jackson can step up, and you know what I mean, you got the rookie over there, Aiden. I don't see Booker taking so many shots. And if he's playing good, say the man has about 13 points by halftime or something, if he's looking all right, haven't took too many hard fouls, I can see him probably playing the whole game. And probably playing the third, coming out the fourth, depending on what the score look like. I'm excited about seeing what this Arizona team looks like as a full unit. Like, I'm high on Arizona. Like the same when I think about Denver and Arizona and the Mavs, I kind of lump them three all in the same sum. Like, they all have high hopes and high ceilings, and it's up to them to grab it right now. You know what I mean? And I just want to see what these young ball clubs do. I mean, it's exciting for the NBA. It's fun for me as a fan, as a sports bettor. It's now I don't have to look at a bad team and be like, well, just fade them. Now I have to actually cap certain ball clubs against certain teams and actually put some effort in.
Yeah, I agree. And I disagree, though, that Booker will play that many minutes. I just think the coaches, when you throw him out there for the first time in action, I just think they'll pull him regardless how he's doing. He'll play a certain amount of minutes. I think we'll hear what the number is shortly before the game, and then that will be it. Game? If it's a close game, maybe he'll play a little bit more minutes. But I just don't see him. Like, the way coaches are pretty stuck in their ways, and they want to take care of their players. That's your franchise guy. You don't want them to get hurt on the first game of the season.
Yeah, and then if we're talking about Phoenix, Phoenix has like the historically best medical staff from everyone in the NBA. So they should do their due diligence before they put them out there all willy-nilly. You know what I mean? Especially for an opener game that probably doesn't mean anything for a team that, you know, that doesn't really have that many expectations this year. So I would think they could probably, you know, put him out there for a little bit. I'll lean with you, Ski, there, because I don't think he's going to do too much, but it is basketball, bro. So, yeah, and he's a gamer. He's one of those type of players that's, you know, transcendent. He dropped 71 points. So we got to remember what we're talking about here, because he could come off and go crazy, but I'm not really banking on that at all right now.
Got you. Let's get on to the meat and potatoes. You know what I mean? NBA tip-off in just a few minutes. Celtics playing the 76ers. Lines at five right now. When I first got it, was at 5. I watched it drop down to 4.5. Same with that over. It was at 207 when line first came out. You know what I mean? I was looking at the over, but it's reason why I didn't take it. And I'll get into that in a little bit. But Celtics -5, I took it. You know what I mean? I know you guys know I put 3 units on this play already. I gave this play out to a lot of my people who asked me about it over the weekend. I made sure I tweeted it out to them or DM'd them about it. And you guys, I'll let you guys know. I've been screaming it. I'm heavy on this 76. Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, but Boston's ball club this year. What they were last year just gave me it just lift my spirits about NBA in general, knowing that, hey, it's more than one ball club out there besides the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's somebody else on the rise. And that was with the Celtics, and that was with the 76ers. But the 76ers, the Celtics team dominated the Sixers last year. They won 7 of the 9 meetings between the two ball clubs last year. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this game real quick before we go break it down quarter by quarter and half by half and the total. Like I said, it's sitting at 211 right now from 207 opening. It's back at the -5 mark where it started off at. Wham, let me hear your thoughts on this game first.
All right, yeah. I like that -5 play here. We're expecting, Boston to take over the East this year. I think everyone is. I think they are. So they have to make a statement. I was thinking, more leaning towards early in as well, because they're going to, put the pedal to the metal, I would believe. So, yeah, I mean, and then on top of that, we know what type of roster they have. They have a really good defensive team. I think they were number 2 in defense last year, or number 1 in defense. Oh, no, number 2 in defense last year. And they're really good all the way around, offensively, defensively, coaching. So we should expect them to put the medal on there. I'm with you on that play. I like that play right there. My first thoughts was, oh, yeah, I'm on that. And I actually did bet that.
Well, my thoughts, I think the Sixers got worse this year. I've said it about 1,000 times already. And the players that they picked up, they're not even playing tonight. Wilson Chandler's out. Muscala's out. Zaire Smith is not playing. So this team, I don't see them really hanging with the Celtics. The Celtics, like you said, Real, they killed the Sixers last year. They just dominate them every game, especially at home. They have the coaching advantage. They're the deeper team. So, and the Sixers are just trying a lot of stuff out, like we were saying earlier. And it's just a well-oiled machine with the Celtics. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Celtics. I tweeted out the first half -2, and I'm telling you'll play as well on the full game.
Any injury news you guys have heard so far? Anybody? Isn't a few people not playing tonight? I know. Masola, Mike, he's even playing? He game time decision, correct?
I thought he was not playing.
Okay, and then Chandler's out as well.
Right.
And then Zaire Smith is out as well.
Right. They're all out. I'm looking at the 2 rosters, and it's not that many players on the Sixers side that are available.
And we both thought the same thing. Like my problem with the Sixers all last year was their shooting. They had shooting, and then but their problem was in the playoffs is they kept going inside, but had nobody kick it out to on the outside. So they got beat because they had no jump. They had no shooters. So what you do, you trade your shooters away. Yeah, you picked up Wilson Chandler because he can make his own shot. He don't need the ball in his hand. You can give him the ball, he can shoot, but he's hurt right now. And that's just one piece. But is Wilson Chandler really the answers to your problems? He's not. You know what I mean? So I'm not too high on the 76ers ball club. And what makes me feel real good about saying that is I watch the pro athletes I've been watching all week long, and everybody's also picked the under for the Sixers total this year. As I jumped on the under this year. Everybody looks for the Celtics to be a 60-team ball club as well as I do this year. You know what I mean? So I'm on the right track with the people who actually play in the league. They feel the same way we feel about this ball club. They don't see him getting any better. They're shooting. Folks is always – he's going to be a question until he proves himself. I mean, he hasn't proven anything yet to us. Yeah, he had a great rookie season. Yeah, he came out and performed. He did what he could do. But playoffs came, and he disappeared. You ask me. The shooting disappeared. He disappeared. And what do we see from 76ers? They banked on getting LeBron. Embiid put his foot in his mouth with them tweets. And now look at them. They a worse ball club than they were last year. I think they missed their spot.
I agree. And you just got to wonder that the Celtics are going to force Fultz to shoot that jumper. And if he's not knocking it down, it'll get ugly real quick. And you got to think about, has Ben Simmons even added anything to his game? Like, does he have any kind of jump shot at all now? Mid-range, something?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I don't think he has that much of a mid-range. And I watched the shop, and he kind of brought that up in the little show with LeBron. He kind of brought that up, like him adding a little bit at a time, like sprinkling it a little bit. So I don't think he's going to change dramatically this year. He's going to sprinkle in a little bit, probably towards the All-Star break. We'll see a little difference in his game. But if it's improving, of course. But other than that, I don't think we're going to see it off the first game. No.
Well, let's break this game down. We got about 16 minutes. Well, tip off. It's 5, but 5:05. So let's break down this first quarter real quick, if y'all don't mind. You know what I mean? I haven't made a first quarter bet yet. I took a full game bet. Like I said, I have 3 units on the total game right now as it go. I got 2 units on the -5, and I put 1 unit on the -4.5. So I'm trying to come out swinging tonight. But this first quarter, let's just talk about the preseason games they had last year. First quarter total on 10-20 with 45 points. 11-30. Well, let me put it like this. October 20th, 45 points last year. November 30th last year, 50 points first quarter. January 11th, 51 points first quarter. And January 18th, 40 points in first quarter. First quarter is sitting at 53 right now. With me giving you guys those thoughts on those numbers you guys heard, do you see this game going over? I mean, first quarter going over or under?
What you think, Wow?
I was looking at it right now. It's at 53.5 on one of my books there that I'm going to use tonight. I think I wouldn't play it though because they're both defensive. I'm more leaning under in this game generally just because they're both top 3 defensive in the league last year, and they haven't really made that big of a improvement or a change in their roster or in their identity. I don't think. The only thing that is different is obviously we see Fultz is starting, but I think the only other difference than that is they're getting Kyrie and Gordon Hayward back, and that should just imply that the points are going to be spread out. I don't think that's going to mean that there's going to be more points.
Right. I agree with Wham. I lean more towards the under. And I saw a question here in the chat, Native Queen. What do we think about first quarter overs for Philadelphia? She said there were money last year. And I just think that's a different team. Like they had a few more shooters over there. They went on a lot of streaks. I don't see too many streaks this year. I don't see that same team. So it's question marks for me where the points are going to all come from. I mean, they could score last year, but it's not the same guys over there.
And that's what I'm saying. Everybody call these two clubs defensive ball clubs. Am I wrong? Everybody think of Philadelphia. When you think of Boston, you think of defense, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
So
go ahead. My fault, bro.
Go ahead, man.
No, I was just saying, especially with big men that could rotate on the shooters and stuff like that. Like Al Horford, he's one of those big men that could help you out in that under.
Exactly, and the total, like I said, is first quarter sitting at 53. But in 4 of the preseason games they played last year, they never got past 53. They had 2 games that was in the 40s, and the other one just barely broke 51. I mean, it was 51-50, other one 45-40. It's sitting at 53 this year. Yeah, it's the tip of you know what? It's the start of the season, and that's not something I really lean to right now about this first quarter total in this game. So for me, I'm off of it. But what I am on is I'm gonna take is Boston first quarter -1.5. I think Boston come out rolling here. We saw what Kyrie was doing in the preseason. Man, the man was firing. He could shoot. He looked fresh. He looked like he was ready to go. And with like we talk about Fultz being out there, I think they're gonna run circles around Fultz tonight. I think the man's gonna look lost in Boston. That Boston arena is gonna be rocking. Boston is ready. Every Boston fan thinks championship. I'm not a Boston I'm not a Boston fan like that. You know what I mean? But I love the game of sports. And as a Boston, this is an NBA guy. I'm thinking championship for Boston, and I'm not even over there. So imagine what the fans are thinking. Imagine what the players are thinking. They want to come out running this first quarter, the beginning of the game, and I think they're gonna be a little bit too much for Philadelphia in this game. So I like them first quarter -1.5. I like it so much. I'm gonna take that bet right now. If gambling guy, if you're on here in the chat, I know you are. Make sure you tweet that out. Let everybody know that one of the first official picks for Kings Court in play right now is Boston first quarter -1.5 for your man King Real. You guys disagree? You guys like that? You guys have a different opinion on that?
Add me to that.
I kind of I was looking at that first quarter, but I just kind of like the full game a little more. Like I said, it's a lot of players for the Sixers just out for this game, and I just see more bodies on the Celtics, and they have the better players. I think the more the game goes on, the further the game gets away from the Sixers. But I'm not mad at a first quarter play. I can definitely see them at home coming out, just destroying them from the start.
And to everybody who's asking and wondering, I just put the bet in right now. You probably can't see it on my phone, but I'll tweet it out if you want to. I just bet at $60, a half a unit. I bet full units NBA, depending on what I want, between a unit, 2 units, and half units on big cards, depending on what it is. I just put $60 on this first quarter for Boston to cover, -1.5. On to the total real quick. We got about 11 minutes. Man, total is ridiculous now. Like I said, it started off at 207. Is now sitting at 211 on my book over here at William Hill. I don't know what your guys' book is sitting at, but it's at 2.5. Let me touch you on these totals. I gave you the first 4 games of the preseason last year between these 2 ball clubs. 10-20 total, 194 points. 11-30, 205 points. July 11th, 117 points. July 18th, 169 points. We're looking for this ball club to put up 211.5 points today. Is that public driving that lineup?
I think so. I think it's the public driving it up. But yeah, like I said, I was leaning under from the start. I saw the line start to rise up. It doesn't really make me change my opinion. I still lean under.
Agreed. I would lean under too. I don't. I wouldn't think anything else just because they're both two top defensive teams in the NBA. I think the reason why the public is going so crazy on the over is just because, we're getting used to basketball. It's kind of like ideal to go for overs when you're playing basketball anyway, just because, you don't want to see defense. So I think that's probably what that is. I would definitely be on the under, especially at 212. In some cases, I see a lot of other books on SBR odds. They have it at 211. So, it looks like it's going down too from the looks of everything.
Yeah, my whole thing is, okay, so they capped this game at -5. Total started off at 207. The first thing I seen wrong with the whole game was already I noticed the -5. I'm like, well, -5. Celtics. I'm like, Philly has getting too much respect here in this spot. Philly hasn't proven anything, and the Celtics whooped on them all last year. And the Celtics only got better, and Philly only got worse. Okay, it's just public keeping the line steady. And I was watching the line movement. It was public driving it down. Sharps betting on certain. It was going back and forth tonight. You know what I mean? It's the end of – we got to think about this. It's the end of MLB right now. We're in the final things. The playoffs is here. You're going to get a lot of fans jumping over the NBA because it's the beginning of the season. You're going to get a lot of public bets, a lot of hometown bets betting on their ball club because it's their team and they start off. A lot of Philly fans betting Philly. If you're not in Philadelphia, I doubt that you're really betting. I mean, like, you're betting Philly. If you're in Philly, you're betting the Celtics, you must come from Boston. But I'm pretty sure everybody in Philadelphia's money's on Philadelphia tonight. Am I mistaken on that aspect? Do y'all feel the same way?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really see why you would bet Philly in this spot unless you just think it's the Philly from last year. It's not the same team. They're coming out with question marks. They're coming out with just a trial run pretty much. So I don't understand it.
So my question is, if none of the games last year, let me cut you off, Wham. If none of the games last year, these two ball clubs played past 211 points, not one even hit 210. Why are we going to reach 211 and a half? Where does that come from? Is that the new shot clock rule?
It must be.
Is that what you guys thinking?
Must be. Or is the fact that those two players were added in and they're not thinking about the distribution of the points rather than just them added in with their percentage, their averages, I believe. That could be another play in there. People are just not thinking all the way there, keep driving that over. And, the oil money people in the Texas, they probably drove that over there just to roll the dice. Who knows?
Exactly. I'm looking at Vitalis over here in chat right now saying 211 is high. And Arthur saying he's from New Jersey and he bet Boston. Any other chat? Let me hear what you guys got to say about it, chat. Let me hear what your opinion is on this total. I heard a lot of guys in the low back show saying they like the over. And, but the over's been rising. The only reason I think this way get over is so close of a game at 5. You know what I mean? So I'm saying if Boston is up by 8, late fourth quarter, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you get them late fouls, you know what I mean, trying to keep the game going, that shot clock, then yeah, that's the way we get these overs, I think, beginning of the season is because of this new shot clock rule. A bunch of stuff like that is going to drive them over. I'm just reluctant to lay this when I don't see the shooters for Philadelphia. I don't see they're missing pieces as it is. They're not even playing the same unit first half and second half. So they're still experimenting in the very first game of the season. That worries me.
Right. And that's what I said earlier. There's no reason that I see to really back them. You have a well-oiled machine on the other side. Like, they have a little bit of adjustments. You're adding Kyrie, you're adding Hayward, but it's not that big of a transition compared to what Philly is doing. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be a lot smoother, and they'll just roll.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And that's not going to mean anything, but those people that they're going to have to adjust to are veterans, the all-star veterans. You know what I mean? So it's not that big of an adjust. Those guys are cerebral, I'm pretty sure, enough to, make it easier on other guys. And I think honestly, Kyrie may start off distributing the ball rather than thinking that he's going to go, hands-on, because he's going to have somebody's bigger guarding him, I'm sure. So he's probably not going to be thinking to, he's going to be breaking down people because, he has the best handles. But for the most part, I think he's going to be looking to facilitate.
And so my final thoughts on that part is none of us are taking an under, but we all lean under. Is that what we're kind of like at right now?
Right.
Yes.
All right. So we agree on the first quarter, Boston -1.5, and we're staying away from the total 53. And as for the game total, we're staying away from as well, but we lean under. So everybody knows we lean under, but we're not on that play at all. Now, my next question, since the game is getting ready to start, Ski, I told you about the first half, Boston. I saw you give it already, too, and I was already looking at it. And when you gave it in our little plays chat, I was already rocking with you. Can you tell them why you like the Boston first half?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, it's question marks for Philadelphia. We don't know how they're going to come out, how they're going to score, what they're going to look like. We know pretty much for the most part what Boston's going to look like. If they have a hiccup with Hayward in there or Kyrie, more times than not, it will be in the first quarter. And then once the starters come out for the Sixers, Celtics are going to take off. And I think we'll go ahead and cash that first half bet right there when the starters leave the floor.
Any thoughts, Will?
I got you right there with you. I like that first half. I already bet the first quarter. That's why I was thinking I was going to double up on the first half because it's still at a favorable line. I might definitely do that. I was thinking to end play it though because I think I might be able to get that. I might be able to get the under as well because you know how it works there. I was going to think of doing the first half under on the first half layer. So I already got the side. I don't usually like to double up, especially in the early games. So yeah.
Hey, I'm looking at Bill Butler right now. It said first half was from 2 to 3. Like I never found the 2 on my books up here. You know what I mean? I went to my casino down the street, MGM. I was always at 2.5. I did see a 3 earlier today, and I was like, damn, at 3. But I saw a 3 when the game total was still at 4.5, which had me confused. I'm like, how was the first half at 3 and the game total still at 4.5? I was lost a little bit. Like the books ain't caught up. Like
that tells you what they think is going to happen in that first half.
Exactly. They think it's going to be a nice little – and I agree with you. I mean, I told you, Ski, on that first half. So our official plays right now, as we calling it, our first official plays for Kings Court. This is from my man Wham OG, Ski Profit. Lock us in with Boston Celtics minus 4.5 or 5, whatever you got it at. First quarter, Boston minus 1.5, and the first half minus 2 to 2.5. Are we giving out the 3? Or are we just not saying we're not promoting that 3, right? We giving what we got, correct?
Giving what we got.
Right. Giving what we got. If it's at 3, I mean, if you bet it at 2.5, you need 3 to win.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I'll support that bet. Yeah, I'll support the one at 3 because I'll probably even support it at 3.5. To be honest with you, because they gonna probably be about 7 points by the half. You know,
I can see it going that way for sure. And we have a question right here. Thoughts on the first half total? Did we touch on that?
Oh no, go ahead. The first half total is sitting at, as we speak, 106.5.
106, and the full game is 211.
Yeah, I didn't cap that. I didn't cap the first half total because I already figured the first game. I mean, the game was gonna go under. But this is like something that's like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's some games I'll take the first half over, but full game under. You know what I mean? Or I'll take the first half under and full game over. It depends on what I see. Like I could go to State Club, we're gonna talk about next. They're a second half ball club. You know what I mean? In general, depending on who they play. You know what I mean? You gotta watch who they play. So it's different. In this 106, I have no play on it. I have no read on it. Maybe you guys do.
I kind of got to see a little action before I test that total or a first half total like that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I want to see them get a couple scores in, and then you may be able to hit the under on the first half. It might get up to 111 or some sort because they're gonna have a good offensive push. I was just looking at the first half team total over for Boston. I got it at 54.5. How you guys feel about that? How you guys? I was actually leaning over on that. I actually kind of like that. That's why I kind of don't want to touch the first half over because Boston may be able to push them there.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any. Like personally, let everybody know this. This is me. I don't bet team totals. That's never been my thing. I don't cap it. I don't bet it. I mean, I cap it when I bet totals. You know what I mean? For game wise, but I would never give you guys a team total play. It's not my forte. I mean, I look for like my guys like Wham, Ski, Teddy B, anybody from the money game or anybody outside of myself. If I'm taking a team total, it's because I'm telling one of these guys. That's not my forte. I don't touch those. Player props, that's a rare play for me. I usually do that like Christmas games, you know what I mean, playoff games. Well, I want to bet a little bit more and have some fun watching the game and eating some food and guessing with family. I don't touch those, but you guys have team totals or player props. Always give them out. Give them out. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Well, I kept the team totals. It just takes me a little while. I don't really like to start it off doing that. I start off just with the spreads, kind of how I'm feeling all the teams out, but I do team totals. I do player props, so I'll be excited for all of that stuff.
And I got one quick thing I want to touch on before we move forward. Darren Cook, I think it was Darren Cook said the show needs to come on a little earlier. Listen, we are new here. We have no pool, and Jimmy and Pete are the founding fathers to us. I mean, those are our guys. I would never, ever take time away from them for what they do in their great show. If you want the plays and want to know what we're doing, man, be a part of the Low Back Show, bro. Come on, they're on 2 times a day. They come on at 10 o'clock Pacific time. I mean, is it 10 my time? Yeah. 9 Pacific my time and 3 Pacific my time. I mean, my time. You do the math for the East Coast version. But you come on there, man. We all in the chat. We all talk. We all do our thing. And not just myself, but the game that start early at 4 o'clock. Skeet Profit of job plays. Whamma job plays. Rare Girl of job plays. The whole crew of job plays. If your crew drop a play and you don't hear nobody else something, that's what we on. You know what I mean? That's what we doing. That's what we on. So double board. We'll put out the early game plays, but we doing the best we can. We just happy to be here. We can't come in here kicking no doors and demanding more time. We know NBA starts at 4, but if we see a side on something and we like it, we're gonna give it to you before the game come out. Put your updates on. Make sure you follow all of us. Make sure you subscribe to all of us. Make sure you get all the notifications. You won't miss a play. You won't miss a beat. You know what I mean? You won't miss a beat. So don't ask us to adjust our life for you. Adjust yours for us. Let's work together. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Right. We're going to put this money in everybody's pocket, just like we're trying to put it in our own pocket.
Exactly. And if you watching King's Court and you not watching Low Bag, you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself. You that's what you did. You went from the first date right to wanting sex. You didn't want to take her out yet. You want to beat it up right now. Don't beat it up right away. Get to know her first. You want to know if she cool. Does she wear condoms? Does she keep a clean house? Is she a girl who sleep on the couch? Or she look good, but then she's sleeping on somebody's couch? You don't never know what you're taking home. You know what I mean? Don't meet her at the club and just go fuck the first night. Get to know this broad first. So make sure you watch Low Bag.
That's right. That's how you catch them. Don't be out there just going on willy-nilly, pulling in and stuff. I'm just pulling in on King's Court, just trying to get at us raw. Talk to us.
Man. Talk to her first, man. Get to know her first. Like I said, she could be a sack chaser. You know what I mean? She could be with you for the bag. And once that bag gone, you know what I mean. Y'all Cali guys know what I mean. Once the bag gone, she gone. So Cali know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes sometimes. We got tip off right now. Sixers in Boston.
Game get ready to start. And one more thing I want to bring to King's Court that I want to get the chat involved in. I want to get all of us involved in. Tomorrow we have a huge card. I want to do something special for us in the chat, in the group. We want to do a distance play. So before the show ends, if somebody in the chat pick out a game that starts around 5 or 6 tomorrow, it's a group bet. We bet as a group. We'll bet on the play. We'll put a poll up. You guys pick the game. Somebody pick the game what they want. We decide on the game. We'll put the polls up, and we'll decide as a group. And that'll be the group play. We always have a group play from us in the chat and from us as we'll tell you guys. You guys tell us whatever we do. We agree on it. Y'all feel that, Ski? Y'all feel that way? I'm like a group play.
Most definitely. Consensus picks are always good. If we're all on the same page, that's where I want to be at. Got an air ball, first play. That's defense right there. What we talking about? Oh yeah, they looking good. But yeah, I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you. I'm looking at the game right now. I might be a little behind you guys because I'm looking at it on my phone. I'm like in. Yeah, it's been a few turnovers, 3 turnovers back to back to back.
Yeah, I'm turning it on right now. Wifey turning it on right now. Hey, what's up, Alex? From the Ice Guys. Make sure you guys also watch the Ice Guys, man. Alex, Ian, Andrew, man. I don't wake up I wake up early, but they already on earlier than me, so I always catch the end play. I never replay. I never could really catch the live stream, but it's worth watching. Hockey start late any day. Make sure you guys go watch Ice Guys. These guys are brilliant. What they do and how they break the NHL down has taught me so much. You know what I mean? So much. I take notes. Like I said, I stay with my notepads, guys. You know what I mean? I got notepads everywhere. I mean, I'm surrounded by them. I trip over them when I move, when I walk. I always take notes. No matter what I do in life, I take notes. You know what I mean? Always. It's a perfect reminder, especially when you got young timers like myself. Young timers, when you smoke a lot of good bud and you forget things quite often. That's called young timers. We haven't. I haven't.
We're seeing a lot of rust right here, and what I was saying, Hayward is he's not looking so good, and both teams are just putting up a lot of misses. It's just a lot of rust being shown. So as of right now, that under is looking pretty good.
Yep.
Like I said, but let's move on. So let's touch on this Golden State game, and then we'll come on back and hit some in place in this as it go along. You know what I mean, we can get. I'm pretty sure we can knock this Golden State game out, and this first quarter be over. We make a good halftime play, catch the people tomorrow, win some money, and get it.
That's right.
Let's do it.
All right, so Golden State, man. You know what? This line started off at 11 when I first saw it. I saw it 10.5, but it happened so fast. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. I went back to it at 11.5. I think my eyes was playing tricks on me. You know what I mean? It's sitting at 13.5, 14 some places I've seen. Quick thoughts on that.
I'm definitely not looking to back.
I want to hear y'all guys' thoughts on Golden State, Ski.
I'm not looking to back 13.5, period. That's just not something I'm looking to do. I want to. My first thoughts on this game, I'm looking for it to be an under. I think majority of the times they meet has been an under. No Russell Westbrook. I just don't see too many points coming from OKC side. What you think, Wham?
I'm right there with you, bro. I was thinking under originally as well. I didn't play it though, and I was just thinking under just because of the rest factor, just like you were saying in this game. But for the most part, I would think the 13.5 is leaning me towards OKC because we know what OKC has and what's going on with them. They already had a game plan, I'm pretty sure, without Russ. So we shouldn't think anything different. And Billy Donovan, I mean, I like him as a coach, to be honest. But I mean, I'm going out on a limb saying that to be real with you because he hasn't proven anything in the NBA. But I kind of like him as a coach. I think I would definitely, lean that 13. I'm thinking to wait a while. We should be able to get something juicy on the in play. Unfortunately, we're not going to be on live to tell you guys about it, but I'll try to tweet it out if I see something live.
Yeah, I think Billy Donovan is trash. That's just my opinion. I think
he hasn't really proved too much.
I think that he is starstruck in the NBA. I think he is starstruck. And when I say starstruck is Westbrook is Cinderella, and he's still trying to find that glass slipper to accommodate a Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a great player. Players fear Westbrook. I'm telling you, players fear Westbrook like no other. Why? Because Westbrook is all heart. He doesn't care what you think of him, how you feel about him. He's Mr. Buckets. And he's going to get his buckets whenever he wants to get his buckets. And he's going to, when he get them, he's going to let you know he scored on you. You know what I mean? That's Westbrook. And Billy Donovan is starstruck. You would think Billy Donovan was coaching LeBron James. You know what I mean? That's how he acts as a coach. Now, as OKC, I like what this ball club is doing. I love the Dennis pickup. Great pickup for OKC to go with Dennis. And what he did was just get rid of Melo, who was low-key dead weight, and you picked up somebody who you actually know can get you buckets, who can shoot the outside shot, who can drive, penetrate the hoop, and not afraid of a challenge. But it scares me this 13.5. Why? Because I see a backdoor cover easily happening. Or I see a blowout because it's ring night in Golden State. Golden State lost that game last year, if I'm correct, right? The Rockets came in there and kicked their ass.
Yeah.
Right. And it could go either way. I mean, it could be a blowout or Warriors cannot care. It's about where the Warriors' effort level is. You feel me? It's Warriors, I think, are going to sleepwalk through this whole first half of the season. So it'll be interesting to see where their heads are at, how they come out to play. I mean, we know they're going to win, or I think they're going to win. But if they're up 20 points, they're not going to care. They're going to pull everybody out.
Exactly. And I'm sorry if you guys get feedback from my background. I got a plumber over here. Got a leak that's going downstairs to my neighbor house. I got to fix it. I got to pay for it. Shit, this happens when you're an adult. Just lost my water here last year. Now my plumbing going bad this year. I'm about to move out, y'all. I'm about to be in a box kicking cans in a little bit. And you know, it's cheaper to be homeless. If I just bet sports and live on the streets of Las Vegas, I'd be all right. Real shit. I'd be rich. The dude on the corner who begged for change all the time, I swear he got a fat wad like this thick. You give him $1, he'd be like, look at the dude off of Don't Be a Menace. Thank you, sucker. You know what I mean? He's stacking up the rest of his dollars. You know what I mean? To keep going.
For real. Nah. We don't need you homeless though, King. We gotta need that background, bro.
I'd never be homeless, but that'd never be happy, bro. I got a family and mouthpiece.
And we have a comment here. I want to comment on. It's Teddy B. Russell's overrated. I agree, he's overrated. I mean, he plays like he doesn't want to win. He plays like all he cares about is just padding them stats.
It's not about padding the stats. I don't understand it. Westbrook needs a LeBron. It sounds so crazy, but what he needs is a leader. You know, when Westbrook looked up to KD like a big brother, you know what I mean? You know how it is. Like I look at okay, this is my example. And I mean, Teddy B, since you made a comment, I'm gonna call it out. I love me some Teddy B. No homo, none of that shit. I love this guy, this young man. I see so much potential in my guy, and he is a great fucking capper. But we bump heads sometimes as friends. We bump heads, but that's big brother, little brother shit. Like, I see greatness for you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, you see greatness for your brother or your friend, and then you know what I mean? That's what it is. And Westbrook looked at KD, and KD saw greatness in Westbrook, but Westbrook kept letting KD down. Not saying Teddy B let me down. You never let me down, Teddy B. I'm gonna give him an example. And that's what I see with Westbrook. Now my big brother moved out the house. Now I'm the man in the house. I'm taking over the house. Mom, he gone. I got to pay all the bills. And you can't tell Westbrook shit.
Yeah, I agree.
He's his ways now.
Can I ask you a question? When you say he needs a leader, somebody like LeBron, so I mean, I guess you're just saying KD's not a leader. He's a great player. He's not a leader, and I can't really argue that. So you're saying Westbrook just needs somebody that he's going to listen to, another great player that he's going to listen to.
Exactly. Westbrook get a player that he listens to and he respects. They can win championships.
So we're high on OKC. Do you think that PG is one of those players that he respects? I mean, they're both from the city, so I would probably think they got that mutual.
Nope. I think the problem with PG was PG had no choice but to go back to OKC to get that money because LA was doing too much. Magic was doing way too much, talking about this and talking about that. And like I said, the NBA called them and said, "Hey, bro, we can take some draft picks away from y'all. We can find y'all. We can do all this. Y'all ain't getting PG. What you want to do?" And Paul George's like, "Well, fuck it. Hey, I'll just go back to OKC." You know what I mean? Like,
don't start hating now, King.
No, I'm saying that's what I mean. Hey, you man, as a fan, bro, as a captain, you know what I'm saying is real though. Magic was doing a little bit too much. You know what I mean? A little bit, but he was just being Magic. But when you realize you're a GM now, you can't have the same relationships you once had with teams and players now that you actually run a team. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you. But you know what Magic gonna say? He say, "I pay it. It's nothing." Go ahead.
It's nothing. It's nothing to a ball. Keep going for a Billy.
Look at the cap in this game though. So it's sitting at minus 13.5. Let's touch on the first quarter. Let's break it in the first quarter first, if y'all don't mind.
Sure thing. What's the line sitting at?
All right, first quarter is sitting at Thunder plus 4.5, Warriors minus 4.5. And the total,
it went up.
Yeah, it did. It went up by a point. And the total is sitting at 57 over. I mean, total. Now, listen to this. November 22nd of last year, first quarter was 59 points. February 6th, first quarter was 72 points. February 24th, first quarter was 53 points. April 3rd, 51 points. It's sitting at 57 now. We have no Westbrook. You have no Robinson. Golden State, to me, got worse on the defensive end, especially at the 5. A key position for rebounds and second chance shots. I like the over maybe first quarter.
You know what? If you like the over in this game at all, I think you got to like it early because at the end of the game, they could pull everybody out. They cannot care. But in the beginning of the game, you know you're going to get the effort. So if you like the over in this game, I definitely think you take it early. That number sounds pretty good to me.
I'm with you on that. I like that too because you're one of those things that you don't want to bet the full game because they're going to sit people like Steph, you know, even Draymond, people that's going to be able to do it, and it's going to be a shit show. So I'd rather take the first quarter over on that. That actually sounds like the best play because they're getting their championship rings. They're going to hit those threes, get the crowd pumped. That actually sounds like the best play. I'm actually going to do that right now. Actually.
I like it too. I just logged into UWager because I want to pull it up here. I'm just line shopping.
Yeah, I can see OKC, but Golden State coming out on fire, right? You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's your rings. You lost last year. You know it's in the back of your mind. You got your ring last year and you lost. You want to come out You bring it, and isn't Green playing too? He haven't really played at all during the preseason. So Green play. Okay, so missing a top defensive player. Even if Adams played, he's not at 100%. But that first quarter, he will give you 100%. You know what I mean? You expect all players to give you 100% scoring wise. We go Schroeder. Dennis wants to come out and get buckets. You got to score to compete in this league, especially with a team like Golden State, Houston Rockets. So I see points first quarter. I'm looking at maybe a 40-point. Looking at maybe a 40-point game of a first half for Golden State.
Yeah, you know what? I just kind of have some pushback because on the full game, I'm liking the under, and the market has been agreeing with me. It's been dropping. Not that means it's right, but
I didn't mean to cut you off, Ski, but I didn't mean 40 points first half. I meant 40 points first quarter. I mean, between 34 to 38 points, maybe first quarter for Golden State at home, tip-off night, huge game. KD's coming off his back-to-back MVP performances. I mean, I see buckets.
Yeah, you heard me the first time. First walkthrough, I like it. The only reason I'm not going to take it now is because you don't know what you're going to get. It could be rusty, just like we're seeing in this Celtics Philly game, or I just don't know where the points are going to come from OKC. I know it will be fast paced and that should produce points, but at the same time, it could be rusty. I don't see too many people making shots for OKC. So good luck.
Before Wham, you touched on this. I'm watching Red Girl saying 10-1 under in Golden State. Yeah, the last 5 games went under between the two ball clubs. OKC, if you really want to touch on stats, OKC is 2-9 ATS against Golden State. OKC is 1-6 in Golden State against the spread, and the total went under 5 of the last 5 games. But listen to the totals: November 22nd, 199. The February 6th, 230. February 24th, 192. April 3rd, 218. If you saying those totals went under, what did they start off at though? You know what I mean? If they still scoring in the 200, 230, and 218, if a 230 still goes under, then that means the total was at 240 something, correct?
No, the totals, if I remember, like they were placing them in the 230 something range.
Exactly. And it's sitting at 220. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I hear your points there. My gut just tells me under. So at this point, under is a lane for me, and I'm not making a play on that at the moment. But I hear your points, and they're good points, Real.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too, Ski. I would think under. I would think under just because just generally what you're thinking from OKC, you're going to think they're going to have defense like Ferguson, or even sometimes Shooter even could show some good defensive spots as well. So I would think that. I mean, do we have any word on Steven Adams on a game time decision on that?
He still game time chat. Y'all mind chat? I'm looking at it right now. Tom Brady, Flipper, Jesse. Can somebody bring that up for us real quick? Any news on Steve Adams and why you guys pull that up for us? Any questions in chat, Ski or Wham? You guys see we can touch on?
No, they're just talking about the Celtics a little bit. And I see it's 14-11 here, first quarter, 4:25 left.
Yeah. I like the way they're doing their rotation, though. They have Rozier and Kyrie on the floor at the same time. And it looks like they were just going at any mismatch. And that just shows that you have a good coach. He's going for mismatches, not just to please people. He was playing Jason Tatum against Amir Johnson from a couple of possessions that I seen they were going at him. So it looks smart. It looks smart. That's another reason why you like to back good coaches rather than just back good players.
And what you're saying, remember I said the shooting, I know you're watching the game, that shooting is off right now. And that under 3 we took, it probably would have cashed. Like I said, this is an under game. I don't see what everybody saw over from, because these totals went under all last year. So everybody's saying Golden State game is going to go under, as well as you guys. I'm not critiquing you guys. I love you guys. But this is the one game that kept going over. You know what I mean? They was going over, but still going under. You know what I mean? In my aspect, hold on. My wife have a question for me.
What I'm looking at right here is the Sixers' Fultz. I mean, he's not looking too good from what I'm seeing. And the Celtics started off rusty, but it looks like they're rolling now. And they're up 7 points. Horford at the free throw line for one more. It might get ugly quick. The Sixers put Redick in the game because they know they need some shooting now because Fultz is not making anything. Yeah. And here we go now. They call a timeout.
Exactly. So but that's what I'm saying. Why is everybody high on this over when all the games went under? I'm so confused. I mean, you guys are basketball tappers, and I respect y'all guys' mind as well as the chat. Please tell me what you guys saw over at, and tell me what you guys really see under at in this Golden State game, because they unders with still overs in most NBA games. You get what I'm saying?
I understand any type of over on this game because this is all defense. They were number one. I mean, number one was Utah, but they're 2-3 in defense last year. I didn't see no type of over in this game.
You know what it is? It's first of all, it's 3:47 left in the first quarter for people asking. Score is 11-19. Celtics are up, but it's because the Sixers scored a lot of points and they were hot last year. They went on a lot of runs. Ben Simmons running the break, finding a 3-point shooter. Boom! There's no more shooters here now. It's not the same team.
Exactly, Ski. And you brought that the first show me and you did, Ski. You said 76ers lost their shooters. You took it right out my mouth. Like you said it clear as day. 76ers lost their shooters. You gave me confidence in my under this year. I feel like if anybody is overhyped, everybody say LA is overhyped, but no, LeBron will get you 20 wins. These 76ers are overhyped this year. I'm sorry.
I agree 100%. They think defense is the key, but I mean, they didn't get too much better on defense either. So I don't see what they're going to do. They're not going to do too well.
One quick question for you guys. Wham, can you answer this for me? Bill Butlicker wants to know: KD 9 rebounds at 100 at plus 124 and 10 rebounds at plus 200. Y'all think he gets a double tonight?
That makes sense to me. I mean, you got to think about where KD is when those defensives are coming, and he's usually under the rim now in this team because he's blocking shots, he's doing things like that. I could see him getting there. It's just that I haven't looked at his numbers there. I haven't looked at his numbers against this team. I like to look at his numbers against like a Steven Adams and those type of players, because when you're playing against, I mean, let's be honest, KD is not the toughest, biggest guy down there, and you're playing against somebody like Steven Adams. He could shy KD from even want to come down there to even try to get an offensive rebound or or a defensive rebound from the case. But I mean, I actually like the play because they don't have a center right now. But Deion Jones, though, he's a beast, man. You guys are gonna watch him this year. I think he's gonna be a sneaky fancy play until Cousins come back. Watch out for that guy. He actually might pick up those rebounds you think KD is. I may stay off of it, actually. Now that I'll talk myself into it, I actually would probably stay off of that.
I agree with you, Wham. The Thunder do have an advantage at the center position. They got Steven Adams. They got Nerlens Noel. So, I mean, they have the advantage there. They should get the rebounds tonight. KD, I mean, that's usually a good bet. But like I said, if they're up and if they're up a good amount, they won't care, and he'll come out the game. So I'm not really looking to take that play.
I got you. So as we settle in on this Golden State game, nobody's on the 13.5, correct? We're all
Correct.
off of that. All right. As for the first quarter, are we taking that first quarter over 57, or is it just a lean for us? I'm willing to put $30 on it. I mean, I'll go that far with you guys. It's the first game of the season. I'll put $30 on the over 57. I'm not saying too much, like go a whole unit, but $30 play, I'm willing to do that.
I'm with you. I'll go with you on that. I'll drop 30 on there.
And then my next.
Go ahead. No, I'm not.
Go ahead.
I'm not touching it. I wish y'all luck though.
That's a good one.
And on the total. So the total for the game is at 220.5 now, 221 some places. You guys are under. Y'all didn't take the under?
I don't have a play on this game, but my lean is towards the under. If I have a play, I will tweet it out, but I'm leaning under on the full game.
All right, and I took over. Wham, you take anything?
On the OKC game, I'm thinking just that first quarter over. Like you said, the ring ceremony. I could see Steph Curry trying to shoot some threes, turn around really quick, get the crowd hype. I could see all that stuff happening. They may be able to get fired by themselves.
I keep getting the question all day on my DM. I got to get this question about 15 times today, no lie. They asked me, Thunder +8 first half. That looks so juicy, but it looks so trappy too. Any thoughts?
I'm not looking to back the Thunder. I mean, the 13.5 is a lot of points for the whole game. But if I'm making a first half wager, I would lean towards the Warriors. But at the same time, you don't know where their effort level is. It's just a spot I don't want to put my money in.
Yeah, plus 8's a lot. Correct, Wham?
Crazy number, man. Crazy number. And the reason why it's there because they still got 4 of their all-stars. You know what I mean? 4 of their all-stars there. So, I can't do that. This is a championship team. Even the young people got experience like Cook. He feels like he's better than some veterans that haven't been able to get that deep in the playoffs. You got to remember those type of players get confidence too. So, I don't know. I wouldn't touch it.
No doubt, no doubt. So this is our final bets for today. We have made so far on Kings Court that we know we do have. We are on Boston Celtics first quarter, correct? We are on Boston first half minus 2.5. Between 2, we give you between 2 and 3. Everybody have those numbers right there. We have the 2, we have the 2.5. The 3 will get you a push or a win. We're looking for a win for everybody. It's looking good right now. And we have Boston minus 5. As for the Golden State game, we are sitting at nothing, correct?
Yeah, I'm just going to look to end play that game, or maybe I'll have a play closer to the tip.
You know what? Balls out for me. Balls out for me. I'm looking for this game to go over. I took the over 220. If it's going to go over, I expect Thunder to at least score 100 points this game. With that being said, I expect Golden State to run away with it late. So I'm willing to take $75 bet on Golden State. OKC first half plus 8. Official play OKC first half plus 8. King Rail. I'm hammering it in. I'm gonna lock it in as we speak.
Good luck, brother.
Yes,
I got that first quarter 57 over 57 though. I think that's a good play.
I'm on that with you as well. For $30.
Yeah.
We got a couple minutes left.
Yeah, a couple minutes left. But for our consensus play tomorrow, I have a game in mind, and I want to know if you guys agree. Warriors versus Spurs is our group consensus play for tomorrow.
1 second. You said Warriors versus Spurs.
No, I mean Wolves. I'm sorry, Wolves versus Spurs.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that.
I like that. Chat,
that.
Wolves versus Spurs. Wolves is plus 3 going against the Spurs. You got a Wolves team who has a star player who don't want to be there. You got Spurs with her point guards and the coach. It makes for a nice game. It comes on at 5:40 Pacific time. We could talk about it all night tonight. Put out a poll. Come on tomorrow, and we'll hammer that game together. That'll be our group game, our first group game as a unit, as a chat, as all of us, as Kings Court, as a unit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Chat, we need y'all help to cap this game. Whatever the group is on, we are on. And let's do it together.
That's right.
Let's do it. Any game tomorrow you wanted to touch on, or no? You staying away?
No, you got some plays you want to jump right now for tomorrow? I have one game already. I mean, you give your game if you got one. I come in after y'all.
Well, yeah, I got to play for the people who stuck around and watched this long. I did take the Nuggets out of Pick'em. That's the team I'm looking to back in the beginning of the season. I talked about it in the previews, and I like the Nuggets to win against the Clippers tomorrow. It went up to -1. It's pretty much same as Pick'em. So yeah, I'm on the Nuggets.
Yeah, I like that play. If I was any play out there, I'll tweet it out. I've been doing a lot of shows lately, so I'm about to just hold out on putting out any plays right now. But you can follow me on Try Wham on Twitter. I got some stuff out there.
No doubt. And I'm also with my man Ski. I took Nuggets yesterday to pick them. We found out today IT may not play tomorrow. He may be sitting out. So I still like Nuggets against Clippers. Nuggets have a solid bench. Clippers have about 5 or 6 rookies on their team right now. It's gonna be a tough thing for the Clippers early on. I'm wearing a fresh ass Clipper hat though. This shit fly, all right. Like, you know what I mean? I'm with you tomorrow with Denver. That's my play. But I also did from everybody who know my guys. I mean, I rock with a bunch of you guys on Twitter. We've been talking for a long time on the phone and do a whole bunch of stuff. I gave y'all that play already, and I also gave you guys Rockets tomorrow -7. I bought the half a point from 7.5 to 7. I expect this line to go up tonight. Probably hit 9.5, maybe even 10 before the line game tip off. We watched how much this Golden State line moved against the OKC team. Imagine how much that Rockets line is going to move against the Pelican squad tomorrow. I love it. About a half point early. Take Rockets -7. Follow me and my man Ski Profit on that Denver game -1. And we got through our first official show for the season, y'all. And it looked like we about to and he tied it up. Hold on, we got a couple minutes left. We got a couple minutes left. We got to win by 2. Let's get it. Come on, Boston.
And Simmons and Embiid played this whole quarter. So the second quarter should be all Celtics.
Real good. Yeah, I might get my money back. If we lose that, I'm getting my money back on the second quarter. So don't worry.
Baines.
Oh yeah, bro. We lost that first quarter, y'all. It was a good one, man. At first, man. It let us down. We got the first half. Let's get it. We thought easy money. It looked like easy money. They let them back in the mix. Show ain't over. First quarter, L. Rest of the shit, cash.
Hey, you know what? Before we leave, I didn't take that first quarter, but I'm looking at if there's a second quarter line that comes up, if it's like -1.5 or something like that, I'm going to take it.
Yeah. Right.
No doubt. Well, love you guys. Thank you guys for joining in, tuning in. Hey, that first quarter, first game, that was a tough one right there just now. But, hey, it's more money to be made out here, and we about to make money all night long. So make sure you guys follow, hit y'all your likes. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter and hit the notification gang and just be a part of what we're doing. That's my man, Wham Trotter, OG. You can find him on Twitter. My man, Ski Profit. You can find him on Twitter. You have a hard time of finding any of us. # @MoneyGangSports. We all come up. Line shop at HBR Sports Picks. I'm your man, King Real. This is King's Court. These are my guys. God bless. NBA just started. Let's get this money. Deuces.
Thank you, guys.